Let me talk about history repeating itself. And what I mean by that is the first coming of Jesus Christ, which was on the earth, and the second coming of Jesus Christ, which will be from the heavens. Now, these two are pretty much identical. Like I say, the first coming is from earth, or on earth, and the second coming will be from the heavens. Now, it's absolutely amazing. Now, how did Jesus come about the first time? Obviously he was born by Mary, and the second time he'll be coming from the heavens, and the sign in the heavens that is spoke about in Revelation 12 is the constellation, which is also called Virgo, or the Virgin. And you'll see that the two are identical. History repeats itself to the T. I mean, there's slightly different meanings, and of course the second coming is the end of the age and the return of Jesus and the bounding up of Satan, and also a false one comes pretending to be Jesus before he turns up, and also the false prophet also tries to make people believe that the false Christ is the real Christ. But let's just stick to the birth and the timings and events. You might want to take down a piece of paper and a pen for this, because there's a lot of detail and a couple of dates, so you can go back and you can look at this yourself, because don't take my word for it. I've just been given the knowledge of understanding, and now it's time to reveal things to the world. Now, very basic though. First coming, the Virgin Mary becomes pregnant, okay, on earth. For the second coming, the Virgin constellation becomes pregnant. Jupiter is a symbol for is the king planet, but the planet Jupiter is a symbol for Jesus, as a sign for the second coming, okay. And Jupiter moves in to Virgo, or impregnates her, in December 2016. Alright, so yeah, that's this year. Yeah. Now, obviously the woman's pregnant, she's going through a pregnancy, and then she's ready to give birth to the child. And Mary the Virgin gives birth to the first coming of Jesus. Okay? 9 months after December where Jupiter had impregnated Virgo, it stays there for 9 months. And then in September the 23rd, 2017, the woman, the Virgin in the heavens, the constellation, is ready to give birth, and this is symbolised by Jupiter Jesus, who has been inside of her, let's say, for 9 months. But the sign is complete on September the 23rd, 2017, and she was impregnated by Jupiter 9 months earlier in December 2016. So that's, as you can see, history repeats itself. So the woman, let's say the Virgin Mary, now gives birth to Jesus, and he's born as a son. Now something else happens is the dragon, this is a scripture for the second coming, but it says the dragon stands before the woman to devour her child as soon as it was born. But this, like I say, history repeats itself. So looking back in the first coming of Jesus, when he was born, there was a dragon, or someone that was at least possessed or influenced by Satan to kill the child, and his name was Herod. And he ordered that all the children that were born that were 2 years or less should be killed, because he was trying to devour the child as soon as it was born on the first coming. Now on the second coming, that happens again. There's an entity out there in space that space people block out, but it's there. It looks a bit like E.T., but with black eyes, big head, black eyes, green, and it's like serpent. It's exactly like the artifact of the Egyptians, and funnily enough, it's just like that scar of that thing that's found on Obama's head, exactly the same. And it is waiting right by the legs of Virgo, and that was a couple of years ago. This was revealed to people. So, you know, these are the times we're living in. So the dragon is stood by Virgo to devour her child as soon as it was born in the heavens. You see? Now, difference being, in the end of the age, the dragon himself, Satan himself, is going to be the spiritual being, is going to be cast down to earth, and it says he's going to be mad with the woman who gave birth. So that means there's a woman on, during the second coming, there's also a meaning for the woman on earth, which is the Jewish people. Only they can give birth to Jesus' second coming, because Jesus says before he left to the Jews, when he stood in the temple and he stood in the city and the wall, inside the walls, and he says, "You will not see me again until you say, blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord." So I'm saying that I think the only way for him to come, the only way for the woman on earth to bring about the second coming birth, is to say, blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord, after the temple and the city and the wall have been rebuilt. History repeating itself also with the city and the wall and the temple. So, but when he is reborn, it says that Satan himself is going to be thrown down, and Jesus said he saw Satan fall as lightning from the heights, and the Hebrew words lightning, barak, and the heights, bama, is saying that basically he saw Satan falling as Barack Obama, meaning Barack Obama is Hebrew name, spelt differently but it's pronounced the same, and it means lightning from the heights. So we know that he's the dragon who will be incarnated on earth, and this is, like I say, this is the end times, and he knows that. It says Satan is wrought with a woman, and he knows his time is short, it says in Revelation 12, and he goes off to make war with the woman who gave birth to the man-child, Jesus. And this is exactly the same as Herod. He went off to make war with the woman, Virgin Mary, who gave birth to the Christ in the first coming. So you see what I mean? Two dragons. Only difference is the one that's going to try and stop the second coming is actually going to be on earth as Barack Obama.